Hello, welcome back to another episode of my Disco Elysium playthrough. This is episode number 23, and I've got to apologise straight off the bat for not releasing an episode last week. I have released one, at least one, every single week since we started, all the way back, I don't know, it's been months. It's been months now. We're up to 23 episodes, and I'm sorry. There are probably quite a few of you on the Friday who are waiting for a new episode. Maybe you've got into the routine of watching the episodes every Friday, and there wasn't one. And I kind of had no way of telling you, unless you're part of my Discord. But basically, I've taken a bit of a break. I decided I needed to take some time off from streaming and from Twitch and from making videos for YouTube because I've got a lot going on at home, a lot going on in life, lots of good stuff, lots of stressful stuff. Some illness and bits and bobs like that. But you don't need all the details. You just want me to carry on playing Disco Elysium, so we're going to get straight into it. I've kind of forgotten where I was at. I had a quick look at the end of the YouTube video for episode 22. And I think, I don't know, let's just get in. Let's have a look at our tasks and we'll work out where we are at. Thank you to Sorry Sod, Barbarian Dude, Manuel Violetta, and anybody who commented on the last video with some advice. We will probably refer to some of that as we go. But for now, let's get in and play Disco Elysium for the 23rd time. 23 episodes. Load the game. Now, this save here is because I started just before and I started recording and I loaded up and I completely forgot how to make a video. So I had to start all over again because I kind of messed up. But we are going to go back into this. Are we going to go back into this? This is weird. Let's just see where we are on this one. Is this the right save? I think it is. Yeah, so we were at the vehicle because we called into the library because we had the library card of the dead guy. Let's have a look at the tasks that we've got. Also, I've realised when I was looking back at the YouTube video, when I look at the tasks, this isn't good for you because you can't see. So let's have a quick look without my camera on. Sing karaoke, yeah, we know about that. That's an old one. This is one that we can't really do. The signatures we can't do just yet because we need to speak to one of the sisters. We need to try and persuade them to do the signature. Did I have a comment about that? I'm trying to remember. No, that was something else. We need to go and speak to Claudio about Sunday night when Kim is not around. So we can't do that yet. Get the whole story from Titus. Now, in order to be able to do that, I had some tips from Barbarian Dude that I need intelligence. And my character isn't very intelligent. So what I need to do is maybe smoke, because that can help boost my intelligence. So get a little temporary boost. But also maybe we put an XP point into rhetoric. To help me persuade and get the info that I need. So we might try that in a bit next time I have the opportunity to upgrade with a skill point. On the dead body, we need to go to Billy Magene's apartment to deliver the bad news. It's an apartment building in North Martinez, apartment 20. So we've been to those before, so we'll go back there probably straight away. We need to find a buyer for Cindy's art. Somebody very rich. I wonder if we could do that over with the woman on the boat. Is she rich? Who knows? Spirit is eternal. The horrific night times get ready for the end game. For the love of God, do not remove it till the magic happens. Okay, not really sure. Can't remember what's happening there. Dolores Day was a fun figure and she deserves more. You should offer her any and all you have one day if you meet her in person. Don't know what's going on there either. But let's not worry about that. Okay, let's turn the camera back on. I definitely looked at the camera a couple of times then, but you wouldn't have noticed. And yeah, I reckon, let's put my headphones on. Should we go straight to the apartments? Come on, Kim. Let's break the bad news about the dead guy at the apartments. Now, hold on. Yeah, we can get in this way, can't we? Just got to find number 20. How do we know what numbers they are? Or is this the wrong set of apartments? Let's come out to this balcony. No, I'm pretty sure this is right.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20.
Smashed it.
The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock.
Look at that for a guess. Immediately right. I'm just going to minimize or move my OBS over here so I can actually see what's going on. Okay.
This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
We'll get through it.
Get yourself together. It's just police work.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move in. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
Looks at the apartment door and lowers his voice a bit.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her?
Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
All right, let's do it.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Knock.
Hello? Who is it?
Look at the lieutenant first.
He gives you a short, encouraging nod.
Is this Billy Machine's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please give us a moment.
There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
Here we go. Right at it? Or is there anything we can take? Ticking. Posters of contemporary pop stars. Textbook for high school. They've got a kid. Wanna go in the kitchen? Leftovers. Windows covered in newspaper clippings. Okay, no other options. Let's chat.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back?
She smiles nervously before the smile vanishes from her face.
I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
I'm not really here for the tea.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place. It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
So, how have you been? I noticed you were cooking something. You live here with Victor, your husband, right? Tell her about the dead body. 83%, +4 for Kim, +1 identified the leather jacket, +1 identified the library card, +1 discuss things through with Kim. So this is fine. It can't be retried, but it's 83%. Let's do it.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
God, do I just say he's dead like that? Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say, but your husband was found dead.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband, Victor Méjean, is dead. I'm very sorry for your loss, ma'am.
Oh,
Touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in sea water.
oh. But he was just...
She looks at the kitchen table where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here, Alive?
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
What happened to him?
She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. It's still early to say, but at first glance it seems like he slipped and hit his head. It was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk and hit his head. Let's not call it an accident yet.
Was he drunk?
We don't know yet, but we will let you know when the results arrive.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
It's hard to say at this point.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
The lieutenant takes out his handkerchief and offers it to the woman. She nods and slowly wipes away her tears. Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
It burns like acid.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
Yes, they should know. Do you want us to call them and ask them to be here? Ask them here? No, take a day to recover. You'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow. Oh my god. Got to tell them, I think. Got to tell them. They'll wish they'd been told immediately.
No, I'll do it myself.
She breathes again, holding onto her left side like she's in pain.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact information.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over her cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath.
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
Again, I'm very sorry, ma'am.
We should step outside and talk.
Set the library card by her, leave the room.
You did well.
Thanks. What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Right. This is closed then.
Let's go.
Done. Nice. So that's gone into the done column. Right, shall we go over to... How many skill points have I got? None, but I mean, oops. Forgetting the controls, sorry. 45 XP. So one thing that Barbarian Dude suggested was if you want another quest... is that showing up okay? Yeah. To go and do in order to get some XP next session. Maybe having a chat with the wheelchair lady in the whirling in rags might be a good idea. So I think we're going to do that. But before we do that, let's leave. And let's... Is the boatwoman rich? Are they going to be interested in the art? Probably not, but we're here anyway. So let's have a little chat. Boatwoman, boatwoman.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
She pats her wet raincoat.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
No need. Tell me something.
Of course.
I found my badge, by the way.
I love you did. Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Frater?
Nothing. You don't want to buy any art. Fine. Let's go speak to the wheelchair lady. Yeah, it's weird having sort of taken a week off this. It feels like a lifetime since I last played it, but it feels like that with Twitch as well. I tend to stream 3 times a week, usually. Definitely 2 times a week, but try to go for 3. And then when you take a week off, it just feels like you've been absent for ages. I think I'm going to end up taking nearly 2 weeks off. Right, here we go. Wheelchair lady. What have you got for me?
Just a moment, officer.
The cryptozoologist's wife. Any good?
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
He appears to be genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. Now then.
Good day, Mum. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Kim's got a phone in the car.
No mystery here. This is Clausia's handiwork.
Oh. What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
It must have been the whirling landline that Clausia nicked.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, may I ask what you needed to use the phone for, madame?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Uh-oh.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. Oh, forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Lena, and my husband and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
We ran into your husband on the coast, madame. He was just going to finish up some work and then come back.
Are you
yeah.
sure it was him? Oh, thank heavens. Silly me.
Oh, yeah.
I knew what I was getting into when I married a cryptozoologist, of course.
Cryptozoologist.
Just waiting for him to come back from field work is always nerve-wracking. Still, I should have known he'd be returning late this time around. Finding the Insulindian phasmid, it's very important to him.
So your husband is some kind of scientist. You don't notice this about me, but actually I've lost all memory of the world and myself, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to say that because that's funny.
Surely things can't be that bad?
You sense that she won't judge you, no matter what you say.
I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
Whirling in Rags cafeteria?
That's right. And where is the Whirling itself located?
In hell. We're all in hell.
We're in the city of Revachol, dear.
Okay.
Yes. And Revachol?
Honestly, I don't really know anything about Revachol.
Oh my. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally. Everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's a bad year in my late 40s or 50s. I don't even know how old I am.
There. The year is 51 and spring has only just started. I'm sure there are better days ahead.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind, we're in this now. Outside, spring rain seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, and into grated storm drains, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first maybells blossom.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Some kind of democracy, maybe. I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. We're governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners and women. We are living under a cop regime. I'm going to talk about the radios.
Oh no, nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy.
She's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying to you.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
Of course. Then, I don't know, someone rich maybe. Wealthy people are educated.
I need a rich person.
I wonder where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
That's all for now.
Just a moment, officer. If you run into my husband again, do tell him I'm worried and to hurry back.
Might do. Might not.
Do it. Who knows what cryptozoological mysteries will be uncovered?
Although I accept the task for the XP. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. Good luck with your investigation now.
Cheers, bye. Right, so we've gained 2 tasks there. Get a reality lowdown from a rich person. So I need a rich person to sell the art anyway. And then speak to the cryptozoologist. Oh my god, cryptozoologist. If we get on the map, if we go outside, should we just go straight over and speak to the cryptozoologist now? I can't do anything. I mean, I could kill some time. Really what I want to do is speak to Klarschi, but I can't do that now. Near the church is where they were, kind of. Let's go there. Up round here? I'll try and remember where they were. No. Can I go through here? No. Okay, come back down here. Is it down and round? Or is it... I think it is this way. This way. Yes. Oh, who's this? Somebody with a child? Should we go and speak to them?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blond man standing next to his son, pointing out the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hold on. Hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Wait, what was about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
And you and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hands on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm, I don't know why I said it like that, worm-themed colouring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
Worm.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Points to the building again.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
Is this a rich person?
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling.
I don't want your money. I just wanted to see whether my profiling skills were working.
Of course, Detective. I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact,
He looks up again, a playful hint shining in his eyes.
I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on the criminal profiling in former socialist states. Have you read it? If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, then just for theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang to mind. You were saying?
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha, but it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Wait, what's R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore.
I did know that. I thought we'd get more out of him from that.
You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was the ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced.
Indeed. What?
And I said, what happened? Indeed, what?
The revolution!
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
He pauses, pointing to the other building, then continues.
All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built matinees proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
How did those tape computers work? They work like radio computers.
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
He raises his finger, remembering something.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Womty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team. Trying to...
He did it. He said, Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
He did.
What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Let's ask.
The Womty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Kim, he's making this up.
In fact, I'm not. The Womty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
I've now got a thought available. Wednesday evening, something heinously exciting is underway. Okay.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Wow. Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
I wanted to ask something else.
But of course, what else?
I want to ask if you want to buy some art. Or the other thing. I just wanted to use you as a rich person rather than you just telling me loads of stuff. Tell me about the Feld building again though, because I might get some XP.
Sure. What's on your mind?
That's what it's all about now. What happens to the engineers?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
What did the revolutionaries do with those tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year '02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinaise was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans. But of course, what else?
Thanks for the information. Bye-bye.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Sure. Sure. I just want your money, though, to be honest. That poor son. Right. Here we go. Here we go. Was this the son or was this the dad? Or was it the son? No. Is this the one we're looking for?
Hello.
Yeah.
What can I do for you, officer?
It's time to return to your woman, Morale.
By woman, you mean my wife, I assume? I will return to her. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as
70?
anyone.
That's good, isn't it? Why do I get so much? That seems like a lot. Maybe that's how much I've been getting all along when I've been completing tasks. Nice.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Come on. You're doing this for yourself, not her.
I'm doing this for science, and so is she.
I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
Really? She sighted the phasmid?
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmid.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe you should go back to the whirling, warm up, come back to chat the traps later.
No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
We take the task? Checking some traps? What if we check them?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
I'm all in with this cryptid shit. I'm hooked.
But the bug I see.
Yeah, where are they?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little
God, actually, I don't
peninsula,
want to do this.
by the boathouses.
I don't want to do this, guys.
Very near.
Continue.
Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
What if I encounter a phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you.
I don't want this. I don't want this. No, I don't want this. Thank you very much.
Your choice. As I said, the chances of you encountering the phasmid are next to 0.
But you feel you should have it on you. Something bad might happen. Don't mess around. Take the pheromone. It will make you sexier.
Okay, fine. Spray me. Does you with the odd smelling spray, a double helping as you present your other armpit, and then gives you a satisfied nod.
This is the smell of dying reeds.
Nice.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's get to it.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
It won't be. We're fine. Let's leave. Let's click at the task. So, check the trap at Land's End. Check the trap at Morel. Just set up. But I do that at the end, I think he said. Check the trap near the boathouses and check the trap near the canal you crossed. So, Land's End. Boathouses west of the Feld building. So should we do that first? And then the crossing. So west of the Feld building is literally just here, right? What's this one? This is the Feld building. Oh, sorry. There's one. Check the trap.
In the reeds at your feet.
Look around.
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds.
Okay.
When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows.
Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Okay.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
No need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm helping some citizens and getting some fresh air.
I meant no offense. Just...
I know. Next one. To the east of the boathouses, did they say? Actually, have another look. Far northeast of the Feld building. Right. Go this way. No, we can't go that way, can we? Can we go this way? That's say if we've been in there, but that's the church. Must be one around here. Oh, we haven't been here, have we? What's this?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What's this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Okay, well we're not going to try and open that just yet. Rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. Building before you house the engine. Must have been a big one. Chain trails off into the ocean, who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. Oh, mate. Right, are we going to find... Here's a trap. Here's a trap. Anything else, though? What's this? I've been all the way out here before. Campfire. Rusty broken control box for the lower relay tower. This ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air have been away at it. Relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay, barely. A box. A scarf. Tiny inlets here, off in the far distance where the posts trail toward. Okay, let's check the trap. Where did I just see it? Why am I struggling to run again? There it is.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds.
Reach for it.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts.
Damn.
No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
How are you enjoying the cardio?
Always up for a good jog. Otherwise, would I still be on this case with you?
The reeds sway. The wind picks.
Don't need to look around. Sorry, let's just go. So now we go over to the crossing. Oops. We love running everywhere, Kim. It's the best way. Back over to the crossing and then back over to Morel. Don't need to go into the church. Let's not remember what happened at the church and all the cool things that we could have seen, but I made the wrong decision. And we're back at all the houses. The washerwoman's there. We could have a quick chat with her and see. I'm trying to remember what the check is and whether or not I can do it again.
Our tenant, the policeman.
It's locked.
I hope the waves don't keep you up at night.
Skill points
What
is a
can I
suggestion. Well, I kind of want to save my skill point for rhetoric, I think. Maybe we just work up until we get another skill point and we do it all at once. Is that one? That's one.
This trap's not too hard to spot.
Reach for it.
But nothing but locusts in this trap as well.
Okay.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
You getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
Yeah. Right, let's get back. Let's get back and see what we see. Is the game going to let us see it? No. The chances are 0, right? I am tempted to try and... I'd like to do that task, get the signature and go back to... what's his name? The union leader. What's his name? Here we go. They've gone, so that's good.
This is the last of the traps.
Come on.
The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here.
Look closer.
No locust.
God's sake.
No phasmid either. But still.
Immediately yell, it's empty. Morel didn't leave it empty.
Your voice echoes on the coast, carried by a gust of cold wind.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
But what if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them and got out?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We are not cryptozoologists. We are cops.
Oh.
The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. It's good the cryptozoologists left. This isn't a very cozy place to stay night after night. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand.
Fine. Right, I've got my skill point. I'm going to put that into rhetoric. Sod it. Do it. Accept changes. And then I'm going to have a look at the map. I can't. Right, come back over here until we can quick travel. We are going to do this. Speak to Titus. Convince. We're going to have a smoke before we get there. And it's all going to go well. Where do you have to be in order to do the quick travel? Up here? Yep. Here we go. I can smoke, can't I? Cigs. Ah! What did I just do with them? Oh. There we go. Intellect raised. Go, 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 go. Will this be enough? Talk to me, Titus. Talk to me.
It's you again.
Yep.
What is it?
By the way, I wait for him to slowly come over and cross his arms. Oh, God. That's annoying because I've boosted my rhetoric. Right. Should we see if it's got anything to do with what I'm wearing? I mean, it doesn't. Ah, stop it. Right. This is quite annoying. Just let me chat to you when you're sat on the table. No, I've got nothing to do with rhetoric here, but if I got anything I could wear that increases it, that's minus. Come on, surely. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Please. I deserve this. You shits. What a rubbish selection of stuff. Oh dear.
It's you again.
Let's give it a go.
What is it?
Come on.
Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
I don't think this will go well. Titus, the same thing happened to me. She manipulated me too.
Sucks for you. But get this straight. No one manipulates Titus Hardy. I knew I was sticking it in crazy.
Oh, it's to the stairs.
But you have no idea what you're doing up there. I can see it in your face. Every time you come down and sing her song, she's in your head, man.
God damn it.
You're fucked.
Brutal, Titus. Brutal, but true. She has a hold on him.
The witness has no hold on officers of the RCM. My partner was just trying to get you to come clean in his unusually emotional way.
Why did you say she's manipulating you? She's manipulating them. Remember? I didn't tell you to say that. Who told him that filthy lie?
Just saying stuff, rhetoric.
It was me. I made you sound weak, and I shouldn't have. But this guy, Goldmouth, he's way in over his head. Be careful with his so-called advice.
I'm going to leave now. Okay. Let's go back to see what Barbarian Dude said. So the two rhetoric checks that you need to do, Titus and the container, are both intelligence related, which is of course very difficult for your character. Remember that smoking increases all intelligence skills temporarily at the cost of money, the price of the smokes, and morale. This is definitely something you're going to need to lean into when playing a character with bad intelligence. That combined with spending your next XP point on rhetoric might be enough to make those checks possible. Well, it didn't work on this occasion. Don't know how to do this yet. Need to find somebody rich. Don't really know about some of that. I need a rich person. Oh no. 23 episodes in, and I've just had my first major problem. I think I said very early on that when I'm streaming live on Twitch, the great thing about that is that I have mods, and I also have people in chat or people who are watching. And if I mess up, my audio drops out, or I'm on the wrong scene or something, then they can obviously let me know. As you all have just seen, I was looking at some comments on the YouTube video from the last video, and I ended up leaving it on that scene. So I then went back to the Whirling in Rags, and I spoke to Morel, and I spoke to Morel's wife in the wheelchair, and I did a load of stuff, and throughout that whole thing, I was on my YouTube video, my old YouTube video, my browser scene, and then I also closed that whilst listening to Morel talk about cryptids, and so you actually would have been just looking at a dog for ages. This is my wife's cousin's dog. I really love this dog, but that's another story. So I did another 10 minutes or so playing the game, but with that dog on screen. And I thought, can I get away with this? And I thought, no, it's going to be the most frustrating thing ever. So basically, I don't have a save that isn't really old. You know, I'd have to go to the start of what we've done today in this episode. I thought about doing that and like rushing through everything, but then walking around and checking all the traps and stuff. I thought I could just explain it to you lot. So I basically tried to say to Morel, hi, I've checked your traps. He said, well, why don't you speak to my wife first? The wife was very thankful that we helped with the traps. And then I spoke to her about the cryptid that she'd seen. There was lots of chat. I was surprised by how much they were talking. I got some XP. And then I was able to tell him about the traps, the fact that the last one I checked was completely empty, and they're quite intrigued about it. And they would like me to carry on trying to investigate. Meanwhile, Gary, their assistant, has said that he's not going to get involved anymore and that he just wants to go and have a rest. So he's left, which feels slightly suspicious that he doesn't want to get involved. My new task now, because we were saying that maybe they said that some small hands may have been able to get into the trap. We think that maybe Kuno might have been involved, so I have to go and speak to Kuno. And we've just got to find out why it's empty. Maybe some local kids will know if Kuno doesn't. So that's really all that we achieved in those 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's my first cock up in 23 episodes. I'm pleased that we've managed to last this long. I would have liked to have done every single one without any errors at all. But yeah, that's where we're at. So you didn't miss any really cool stuff happening on screen. It was literally us four standing here and these two talking a lot about cryptids. So yeah, apologies. And that also explains why this episode is slightly shorter. I did an extra 10 minutes and haven't managed to make it work. Anything else I can do while I'm here? Should we speak to this guy? See if we can get any more information.
Hi again, Gendarme.
Not going to bother doing that. No, okay. Bye. What about this person? I don't think we've ever had any info from them. It's all about money, you know. Okay, fine. Can't pick up anything there. I'm trying to decide if there are any quick wins. What I might do is read my book in order to pass some time. In order to... No, I don't know, actually. I think it'll be better to pass the time by doing these tasks. I'm just thinking about the evening. When it comes to the evening, I want to be able to do stuff with without Kim there. Primarily go and speak to Clergy, but we don't need to worry about that. Signatures for Everett are difficult as well. So I need skill points. So really I need to be doing this insect stuff. And hopefully finding a rich person. Yeah, it's good. It's good to have these side projects. Because they kill some time and they also get me the XP to be able to get the skill points. Okay. Should we see if Gart's got anything else to say to me? Should be mates now, I gave him the bird.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, well. Bringing him that new bird sure made a difference.
Well, I'm not staying here tonight. I've got free accommodation. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm probably going to call it there then. So sorry, this video is slightly shorter. You missed out, as I said, on the conversation with these two. But we have now played 30 hours of this game. And all of that has been available for you to watch along with, apart from that 10 minutes. So apologies. I won't make the same mistake again. I might make the same mistake again, but I'll try my best not to. And I will be back next week for another episode. I should be back to weekly episodes, maybe even twice a week at times. Now all the really busy stuff is out of the way. In the meantime, I'm actually doing a charity walk this Saturday in aid of Calm, a charity that is very close to my heart. Me and a few friends are doing a marathon walk. We're walking 26.2 miles, including over the Sussex Downs. It's going to take us about 10 or 11 hours of solid walking. And we're doing that in aid of Calm. We've raised £2,200 so far. This isn't a call for sponsorships, but if you were interested in sponsoring, then by all means, drop me a message in the comments. I was going to say DM me on YouTube. I don't know if that's possible, but let me know if that's something that's of interest and I can send you the link. But yeah, I'll be recording more of this next week with very stiff legs, I should think. Thank you very much. Let's do a save. Oh, no, Gart, we're good. Let's do a quick save, even though I actually haven't done anything since we came in. And then let's just close the game. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you soon. And let's never make any mistakes ever again. Okay? All right, bye.